let me see if I can get all messages are visible. Yeah. So I'll go on here. Let me see. So I'm on live. This is my Wednesday live. This is what I do every Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a live because I want to basically answer as many questions as I can, help as many people as I can on a Wednesday. I don't want to be on my phone all night, every night when I get in from work. So I come on here and I'm going to do lives. You can ask me any questions you want live. If not, I'm just going to talk anyway about what's been going on, what I've been cracking on with. And yeah, that's what I do. That's my lives. So today I'm going to put a little bit of background on, you know. Hey up, Wayne. Wayne Cox, I got your message. I just haven't had a chance to respond, mate. Airtag champions, all good, brother. Thanks for watching, man. I'm glad you enjoy the content, man. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, my pal. What's this doing here? I want to show me it all. Live chat, all messages are visible. Right, so they're all on there. Yeah, Wayne, I'll get back to you, mate. I'll get back to you. I've been flat out this week. It's been a hard week, I'll be honest. It's been a very hard week. It's been a hard week. Struggling, you know, but we get there in the end, you know. You know how it is. Sorry, I need to put my phone on charge, to be fair. I don't know why that is not on charge. Bit of a close-up there, eh? Hey up. Oi, oi. Bit of a close-up. You don't want that close, do you? But yeah, anyway, man. What a week. Do you know what? It's been good. I can't complain, really. But yeah, you know what? I don't moan about much stuff anyway. So it's not like anyone listens to. But honestly, I'm not much of a moaner. But it's just one of them weeks. It's a bit of a rubbish week, really. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but it's not a good week. It's not a good week for me, personally. But other than that, work, everything else is sound. Everything's all good. And I've got some good news. I've got some really good news. Don't know if you've seen by some of my reels and some of my posts that I've done. But I've got a new machine, got a new rendering machine, and it's called the Optimix 10. Optimix 10. It's made by Mixer. And yes, Mark, cheers for sharing that, my man. Cheers for that, brother. Sharing it to Child Talk. Get some of them on here. But yeah, man, I've just got that machine, and I went down last week. And no, Freya, we don't want you to join. Why is random birds trying to jump on your live with you? Like, leave it out. Anyway, yeah, I did went down last week and got on the machine, and yeah, man, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Went back early this week and met with Si, did a few changes to get it how I wanted it to go, and literally we boxed it off. So yeah, it looks bad boy. Yeah, listen, Wayne, if you're looking to get one of them, keep watching the content, because I'll be sharing a lot of stuff, a lot of tips and tricks about it. So yeah, don't worry about that. Let me have a look at, I got a message there, innit? Have you been spraying the cork? It's rough weather down south. How do you stop the small holes when scratching off? That's a good question, and I'll answer that for you. But yeah, no, I haven't been spraying cork. I've actually got a couple of cork jobs coming up, to be fair, so I'm buzzing. I look forward to them. I've got one in Leeds and I've got one in Sheffield to do. Cork's all jobs. So yeah, I'll be doing some good videos on them on my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to them anyway. But I'll be doing something on there, yeah. And yeah, I can't wait to spray. Got on my full setup, ready to rock and roll. So I'm looking forward to that. But no, I haven't been spraying, mate. No cork. I've been doing base coating out on an house that I'm doing right now. So James Child, my friend, you shared the live. Thank you, my man. Right, what did you say to me? Yes, Joel, chin up, pal. Spreading your positive. Yeah, always positive, mate. Even when I'm not positive, I'm positive. It's just one of them things got to be done. Right, let me just answer this question. Someone asked me about the holes. I'm getting one of them. How do you stop the small holes when scratching off mono? Right, check this out then. when it comes to monocouche, right? When it comes to monocouche render, and you're getting air holes in it and stuff like that, basically, them holes are coming from air being trapped behind the render. So the best way that you can stop them bullet holes coming and them little craters and holes like that, it's different for all different types of monos, but this is the way I do it, and I don't get any holes in it. Basically, use a serrated edge on your second pass. Make sure that you're using a serrated edge on your second. Use it on the first and the second, really, but use a serrated edge, because when it's going through, it kind of pierces. You know, as it goes through, it kind of pierces it and lets like little air pockets and stuff just pop out. So that's what it is. Basically, it's where it's trapped air behind it. If you've sprayed it on anyway, it's trapped air behind it, and it needs to come out, or else obviously there's no render there. So when you scratch back, there's nothing there. So it's a pit. That's what it is. It's a pit. So I'd make sure that it's serrated. So use a serrated edge when you're ruling it up. That'll eliminate a lot of the air in it already. And then also finish it with a spat, with a firm spat. So let it go decent, and then finish it with a firm spat, and that'll squeeze any out as well. So that's the best thing you want to do, mate, to get them out. And also, if you do get the odd one or two, don't worry about it. It's common. Don't get too worried about it. It's common, mate. You get it. Some monocouche renders are really known for it. But yeah, some, like I say, for me, I just pick up something off the floor, push it back in with thumb, let it go over, and then just go do smells, come back, boom, 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 scratch that back, it's done. So yeah, that's what I'd say, mate. Hey, don't worry about it. What else have we got? Who's asked me something here? What setup do I use for the Corksol? Corksol. I've got a 50 litre 3 horsepower compressor, which I use. I got that from Machine Mart. I've also got just a normal rubber hose. I think it's like 25 metre hose, and I've got a Graco tech spray hopper. All three of them things there, I can share a link for them in a video or something like that. But yeah, I've got all them three. The sound, mate, it's great, it's easy, it's good little setup. But to be fair, I think I'd probably think the gun that Corksol actually provide and sell, that's the best one. I'd look at getting that if I were you, to be fair. Go get the Corksol hopper gun, it's good. But yeah, I think the compressor's good. It's got enough power for what it is. I know that they recommend you get 100 litre, but it's all about the output on it. Corksol's quite light, the cork render's quite light, so for me, I've got a really lovely finish with a 50 litre 3 horsepower. I don't know if it's because it's 3 horsepower, it's a bit better, I don't know, but yeah, it's flying for me, mate. It's good. So yeah, it's good. What else have I got here? Ash, what job did we work on in Bramhope? What job was that? The handheld hopper still going strong. It is, but it is going strong, you know. But I've got my Optimix 10 now, haven't I? So I won't be using an handheld hopper anymore. I'll use it on little jobs, but for me, the Optimix is what I'll be using now to spray all my jobs. Literally, if you look on my profile, there's a video of me spraying with it. Rapid, absolutely rapid. People keep asking me, is it better than the? Everyone keeps asking me, is it better than the Easy 24? It's different than the Easy 24. The difference is the Optimix has actually got a compressor built into it, sits on top at the back. So it's all one unit, we don't have to have a big separate compressor. That's two things to carry in the van, don't need it. And also it plugs into a normal socket as well, which I think the Easy 24, I think you have to have a transformer for it. I'm sure you do. I've always used transformer for it anyway, but yeah, I think it plugs straight into the wall, does the Optimix, so that's handy. No big 110 box getting lugged about, so that's good. So yeah, happy days. On my YouTube, I've got, where the flipping heck? Why don't they stay on here? Live chat, stay up. Where are we at now? Yeah, airtight champions. That's it. 200 litre in the van. Just be careful in summer when it gets hot. That's all. Because I've heard that they blow up if it's too hot. But buzzing, mate. If you've got a 200 litre, two guns will run off that, no problem. Especially with corks, so it'll fly through it, no problem. There'll be absolutely no problem. What PSI you spray on most of the time? PSI? I don't know what PSI is, mate. I'm not pumping tyres up. You know what I mean? I don't know what PSI is. The reality is I know the CFM, which is how much cubic feet per metre I want, and I know what bar it usually runs at. So the bar it's usually running at is between, it goes from anything from 4 to 6, but it sits at around 4.5 to 5 bar. And I think CFM is, from them compressors, it's just about under 10. But it don't consistently do that. It sometimes drops a little bit lower on the 50 litre. But it's enough for Corksol. It's enough for silicone render to go on. You just need a higher one, higher output than that CFM when you're doing something that's really high silicone based top coat. Something that's really sticky. It needs a bit more power. But other than that, mate, you're laughing with a normal one. You do a lot of high rise, Lee. You do a lot of high rise. What machines would you recommend? Mainly texturing. So for me, mate, on the high rises, you won't get me on one anyway because I don't do whites like that. Listen, I go on a scaffolding, but it ain't get me up no flats, mate. Not a chance. But for you want something light, don't you? And if you are doing texturing, I'm guessing you're doing thin coat over EPS or over wood mineral fibre boards. So what you want to do with that really is something like an Optimix, where you can take a few bags up that's going to do a panel, you know, maybe 10 bags that'll do a decent sized panel. You can mix it up from there, pour it in, and you know, you can also use the Optimix to coat it as well, spray if you want to spray coat it. So I do something small and light. You can't ever use a G4 or K4 or any of them type of machines on that. You need something small and light, so I'd go with something like that, me. I think it weighs 40 kilos, the machine. It might be 40 kg, so it's not really that much. If there's two of you on lift, it's not that much weight. I don't know how much they hold, but two men, 40 kilograms. The bags, well, yeah, you might not be able to take 10, I don't know what the weight is. But I do something small that can fit in a corner. You definitely you don't want an easy 24 because you have to have a separate compressor, so it's taking up more space on your platform. So I'd have something that's really put together, neat and tidy, and it's just one thing. That's it. That's how I'd do it anyway. Me and Rick been speaking to Sam about it. Been to a couple of spray days there. We're at direct building. Yeah, good spray days. I think I'm gonna try and get up there and do a couple myself. To be honest. I've had a lot of people messaging me about this machine, so I might just get a few of us together and go up there and you know, show you guys how it is. What's this, mate? What, mate? Had a swimming pool, mate. This might sound a mad question. I'm a spread myself, but do you make money on TikTok sharing? Well, if I'm making money on TikTok sharing, someone needs to tell me where it's at, because boy, I don't make no money, and I've been getting some good views as well, so I don't get paid no, mate, nah. All this is really is to build brand awareness for me and to help people out. That's it. I don't do this for money. Obviously, it'd be nice if someone did want to pay me to do it, but the reality is, did you give me a quote yesterday, Bradford area? I don't think I did. I done no quotes yesterday. But yeah, no, I don't make no money from it, mate. Not that I know of anyway, like I say. Unless that's going somewhere I don't know about, you let me know. But nah, it's for me to build my brand awareness so my customers can come on, get some advice, get some tips, see the jobs I'm doing, how I do them. You know, give me some credibility for what I do, and then also for the people who are watching, other renderers, other plasterers who are watching who need some tips and advice. That's why I do it, mate, to help people out, really. Yeah, I don't make any dough from it. Ash, yes, that one had a swimming pool. Yeah, we did a swimming pool area there and all the plastering, didn't we? 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, that was a big job. That was Hall Drive in Bramhope. Yeah, that was for Steve. I think he's called Steve, wasn't he? Good guy. Great guy. Great house. The house was unbelievable, wasn't it? What a beautiful house. Probably the best house I've worked on, as far as what he had in it. Cinema room, secret doors, passages, curved walls. It were an hard job, but yeah, good job, really good job. I was proud of that one, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, nice to see someone who I've worked with in the past, man. Good lad. What you mean, Mick grew my knowledge? I just learn, mate, like everyone else. That's it. I just listen to everything. I take everything in. I ask the questions. That's all it is, brother. And I'm here to pass it on. That's what a lot of people don't do, but I want to do. Um, Man said bar, yeah, airtight, mate. Yeah, send me a message, mate, no problem. Send me a message through and I'll let you know what it is I use. T&D plastering, have you ever tried a machine from P1? The M-Tech, yeah, I used to have an M-Tech M200. I used to have that machine, that's what I used to have. I used to have an M-Tech 200. My first ever machine, I'll be honest with you. And you know what? It's a good machine, it gets some stick. But it's generally because I think people who get that machine as a first machine, I believe anything that mixes like that is hard to use. I think it's hard to use. Anything that where the water and the powder is going together is a hard machine to use. I think if you don't know your machines, you'll struggle with it. That's just my honest opinion after having one. But yeah, if I had one now, I'd be able to get it going. I'd be able to work with it. And to tell you the truth, we've done some really good jobs with an M-Tech M200. I sprayed 45 metres of pipe vertical up side of a building and it was no problem for it. So it is a little beast, mate. It is a little beast. So I'm going to get back to my YouTube ones in a minute. I've just got a few on my TikTok that I'm going to answer. So where can I learn to use a spray machine? Priceless, 69. If you want to learn to use a spray machine, well, if you buy a spray machine, you can get taught how to use a spray machine. My advice to you is you only really want to learn it or get one if you're doing if you're getting bigger jobs, mate. But if you are and you do want to know about them, just like I say, inquire. If you want to look at some machines, I've got a couple that I recommend, and like I say, you can get you sorted out and you can have a look at them. And like you say, you'll get some training on it. So you're thinking about buying a spray machine, the M-Tech M200. So like I say to you, matey, I'd probably think twice about what machine you're gonna get, depending on what you do. I tell you, I think they are good machines, really good machines. But just like the Ripmo and any other type of machine where it's mixed up like powder and water in the same place, you will struggle to get the gist of it if you've never used the machine. So I think be careful. Tell me what kind of work you do. If you tell me what kind of jobs you do, every day I'll be able to point you in the right direction. Tell me what type of van you've got. If you've got a big van, yeah. So there's a lot of variables when it comes to these machines, like that, because there's water supply to think about. How you're gonna get that? Is the electricity, if you're going off mains, consistent? Because these machines need a lot of power, and it's all right, getting a machine where you feel like you can just plug it into the mains, or they told you can plug it into the mains, but the house is not drawing enough power. Do you know what I mean? And your machine's not powerful enough to kick up and put out some gear. Something that you need to think about. So, I think they've got an M-Tech which is domesticated, so it might have a higher inverter in it, maybe, but that's just something you'd have to talk to them about. But yeah, for me, it's all about the power and the easy enough to set up and to clean out. That's the number one thing I'd say. Every brand's going to tell you their machine's the best, but is what it is. What have we got here? Really, what do you recommend? Fair play, do a lot of prices will tell you nothing. Red secret, but you're on the ball. Yes, Dasher. Yeah, man, I ain't got no secrets to hide, pal. End of the day, if I can help someone get on, that's what it's about, mate. That's what it's about. Just gable ends, full houses. That's just a normal transit van. All right, cool. So check this out. What kind of render system are you doing? Are you doing monocouche, or are you doing thin coat? That's a big question, mate. Because if you're not doing thin coat, even if you are, to be fair, let's find out. Tell me what kind of jobs you're doing, and I'll be able to point you in the right direction with that. Yes, Danny. Danny Armbuckle, mate. Yeah, we'll get to see some more content on that machine. Don't you worry about that. And you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You'll want one of these, I'm telling you. Kieran's mainly sand and cement. What's your opinion on G4 as we use in our gang? G4 is a great machine. G4 is a great machine, mate. It's top draw. It's powerful, quick, very reliable. Yeah, it's a great machine. So if you're using sand and cement, you're not really going to be putting that through a machine, are you? You're going to be mixing it up. The only way you can put that through a machine is through a conveying machine, so that's like my Optimix basically. It's something that just delivers material. So if you wanted to spray sand and cement, I'd do that. But try and get onto OCRs, mate. It's a lot quicker. Don't get me wrong, it costs more than sand and cement, but you'll be a lot quicker if you had a machine. Do you know what I mean? Rather than handballing sand and cement. So I'd probably look at that if I were you. But yeah, if you're doing monocool scratchbacks, you could just go with a bigger machine. You could go with a K4 and just lash it on, mate, because it's all about getting as many meters as you can in it with that. So I'd look at that, a bigger machine. Got a transit, it'll fit in there nicely. But if you're doing, if you want the M200, these machines, they tried to put them like across like they can do both, but it won't be the best at both. Do you get me? So it'll be good at, it's not, how do I explain that? It's kind of like when you buy like I don't know, flipping heck, how do I explain it? What it is, when you buy something, right, and it's good at that and it's good at that, like, but it isn't the best at either. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, nah, I'd rather have a machine that can absolutely boss that. Do you know what I mean? Like boss mono or boss base coating. And then I want something else. That's why I had a machine for dubbing out all my projects, right? The K4 for doing all my base coats, all my monocouches, right? And I always used the handheld hopper until the chance and opportunity come along that I could actually get a proper machine to do the top coating. So I've been patient, I've had it for years, used handheld hopper, and it's done me fine. But with this other one, Optimix, it'll just make it a lot quicker for me. Now I've got an opportunity to get one, so that was it. But I just think for people who are starting out in machine rendering, you've got two options. If you're starting small, you know, get a small machine, go with something like an Optimix that puts a bit of base coat on and can spray a top coat for you. If you do EWI, you want to go with something small again, which you don't need loads of material for EWI, because it's only 2-3 mil passes, so you don't need a big machine for that. You know, I'll be using my little machine for all my thin coat EWI jobs and stuff. I won't be using my big one because it's too powerful, it's too quick, and it's basically for lashing gear on. It takes a lot of space, a lot of energy to get it set up and stuff like that compared to these other machines. So I'd look at it like that. But yeah, you want to get into the OCR, mate, instead of using sand and cement. Use OCR because it's got a little bit more additives in it. Makes it easier for you to work with. And yeah, it's a couple of quid more, but I think, you know, try to sell that to your customers. You could you know, tell them about the benefits of it. It's got fibres in it, it's got all the additives made up. Sand and cement's just cheap, it's old, it's outdated, it's unbreathable. Kind of chokes the houses. It's not the best thing for them, mate. And how can you give a guarantee with sand and cement? It's hard. So yeah, I'd probably look to do that, mate, if I were you anyway. Where are we at? Do you always use your serrated edge spat for your first coat on the render? It depends what I'm doing, mate. Sounds like you should get the K4. Mate, K4's a great machine, I'll be honest with you. Great machine. So Mitch, you asked me, do you always use serrated edge spat for your first coat on the render? No, not always. So it depends on it. If I'm going to be doing like a pure scratch coat, like I'll literally use the machine just to get it on the wall. Then I'll get my trowel out and I'll just bash it on with trowel and I'll just put my lines in it like you do. That's it, with a normal comb, that's it. But when I'm trying to get something to a level surface, I always use my serrated edges. I think they're great for it. Yeah, T&D, mate, like I say, if you need anything else, let me know, mate. Give us an inbox or something, I can give you some machine information. Hi pal, I've got a Rip My Well and compressor for sale in Lancashire. I'm a technical manager now. Alright, Stu. Going up the chain and that, going in to be a technical manager. So you want to get rid of the machine? Alright, pal. Oh, me. See if anyone on this feed wants it. Or if you want to sell it, mate, go on Facebook. Go on to oh god, what group is it? There's a machine rendering group on there where someone will probably have that off you. If it's in good nick, Rip My Well and compressor. Good man. But anyway, congrats on the promotion, my man. What trowels do you use for finishing plaster? God, I've got a few trowels, me mate. I've got quite a few, but I'll be honest, I like the Neela. I like the Neela Black Edition. I use that to finish. But just my polish, my last trowel. That's it. But other than that, I've got a Neela Premium, which I use sometimes. But I use what's it called? God, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Marshalltown 13-inch. Is it called Permaflex? Basically the one with the gold bit on the handle. That's what I use. That's my best trowel. 13 inch as well, which people usually use 14 inches. But yeah, 13 inch. I like it because the spine on the trowel is the same length as on the 14, but the trowel's not as long. So it just means I can get more power down in the trowel whenever I'm trying to flatten in, more control. It just feels like I can get more of the surface better, do you know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes the 14 inches is obviously people go with 14, but 13 for me is better because I can power on with it, I can get it smashed on. But yeah, it's one of them as well. I reckon using all your trowel makes a difference. So I've seen guys who overlap like half the trowel, like I overlap by about an inch. So I kind of, you know, make some good area, some good coverage on it. So that's just another little tip for you there. But yeah, they are good. Yo, give this a like anyway. Give this TikTok a like so I can get some more people in here. Get some more people watching this. Sound like one of them birds who do it. I'll just tap it up. Right, okay, listen, I've got to go to my YouTube now because I've got a few on there waiting. Hello from Oxford. Yes, buddy, my friend. Hope you're well. Dale got a question. So I have a plastering business and I'm more skimming based, but I want to do more Kieran, Mono, Weber, but without having done much, not much customer base. Best way to promote it. Best way to promote something is to do it, right? So you want to put it down as a service that you actually offer, and then what you want to do then is when you get a job, you want to just basically get that out there, don't you? So go do your jobs, get your little rendering jobs in your bay windows, extensions, whatever it is. I go on about bay windows because people think, why is he always saying about bay windows all the time? I say that because when you drive around, or when I drive around Leeds, I can see bay windows that are cracked all the time. People don't know this, homeowners don't know this, but that's the cold spot in the house as well. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to get some, just drop some cards in and just say, I noticed your bay window are a bit cracked. I'm a renderer, local renderer. You know, I could give you a quote for that. Or even write the quote on it if you wanted to. You know, whatever it is, I'll tell them to check you out on the internet, whatever. But that's what I'd say. Do. Get some in, get some small jobs in, mate, and then go that way. You know, you're not gonna start getting jobs for stuff if people don't know you do it, basically. So you need to talk about it, share some information on your Facebook page about it. You know, maybe just say something like, oh, you know, I'm Kieran approved. This is what we do. You know, people will love stuff like that, and you know, your potential customers will see that you actually do it. But if they're just seeing you skim bedrooms every day, mate, they're just gonna want you to skim a bedroom every day, aren't they? So that's what you need to do. Start chucking out content that's actually pointing at what you want to do. So what's that? What's the fastest setting OCR renders, mate? The best ones to use in the winter. I've booked onto Mr. Smooth's rendering course in April too, mate, doing Finco. Yes, Danny, so you'll have a good time down there, mate. Anything you need to know, mate, ask Mark, he'll tell you everything. You can use accelerators with OCRs as well. I don't know what the fast setting paces are on them, to be honest with you. I don't know which one's quick, which one's slow. I don't know which one is, but Mr. Smooth, mate, he'll give you any tips and advice. There's certain things you can do with OCR and render that don't require accelerators, like leaving it open. So when you smooth over it, you're closing it, no air can get to it. It kind of seals it and puts a coat over it. If you leave it open, or you run an I-bar, not an I-bar, so rated edge over it with them lines, that's open, that lets the air get to it and it'll start to react better and it'll dry quicker. That's another little tip there if you want to do something with it, but that's it. I've got, what's your favourite render to use? K-Rend, Weber, etc. None of them two anyway. None of them two renders anyway, mate. My best two renders are Eco-Rend and Baumit. Eco-Rend's from North Yorkshire, which is God's country, so it's good going, good gear, nice staff, and great knowledge. And I've been to their factory a couple of times. I stand by what Eco-Rend do. I love everything that they do. I think they're awesome. and the product's absolutely awesome. Like, I love using it. So yeah, I recommend Eco Rend and Balmit. Again, second to none, mate, when it comes to material. Beautiful, they like to work with, they like to use. It's absolutely beautiful. So Balmit and Eco Rend are my favourites, and then after that, you know, you can start going down the chain. You've got Faster, you've got K-Rend. They're all alright. They're all alright, mate. None of them are bad. None of them are bad. But to excel as far as workability and all that kind of stuff, Balmit and Eco Rend are the best. For me. Best for me. So they'll be the best for you. What's this here? I've used Golden Fina Superflex for flatten. No, Kev. Kev, don't use a flex to flatten. Ever. Don't ever. I guess that's a flexible trowel. The gold flex. Don't use a flex. Can't use them, mate, because it don't flatten anything out. It just smooths it out. There's a difference between flat and smooth, bro. You can have a smooth bald head, can't you? But it ain't flat. You know what I mean? It's different. It's still round. It's just smooth. So you want to use something rigid. You want to keep something rigid, mate, for that. Yeah, finishing. Always, you can use a flex for finishing. They're great. Stu, I'm doing a free silicone coat training days in Markham. What a geezer. Good man, that's it. Get them short, man. Get them short. Can we send you some free bags to use, Stu? Depends. What is it you're pushing? What is it? Base coat. Yeah. Just inbox me, mate. Just inbox me, man, and let me know what it is, and maybe I could do a couple of meters with it, see what it's saying for you. Can you tell me the difference between multi and board? Why? Difference between multi and board? There's quite a few, to be fair. You know what I mean? Try to get back into a plasterer's mindset here. Right, the difference between multi and board for me, and this is the big thing for me. I used to use board finish for everything. I didn't care what I was going on to, what background it was board finish. So even multi-services, I don't mind. But, right, multi-finish is greasier, hangs about longer, and I often found that it was harder to get like less fat marks in when I'm using multi-finish. So I think with board finish, it just pulled in nicer, it was building better, not as much fat, it wasn't as greasy, it wasn't as slippy. Now I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it does make sense if you think about it, because multi-finish is usually for reskims. So if you think about it, if you're going over reskim walls that are pulling in suction and stuff like that, you probably do want something that's going to be a bit greasier and a little bit, it's going to stay wetter for longer. If you're going over stuff like that, generally that's what people would think you want. But for me, I've always used board finish. We always used to use board finish no matter what surface we were going over. But yeah, I mean, you tell me, what do you think? What do you think the difference is between them? Yeah, I think board finish goes off a little bit quicker. That's it really. But yeah, both good. But I prefer to use board finish, mate. Yes, board is better. Still, you know your stuff, mate. You know your stuff. Board is better. Faster setting. Too righty. You are right, still. No. I'm going to answer that in a minute, that. Yes, Lee Milne. I think it's Lee Milne, but Milne, sound buddy. Love your energy, attitude. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot, brother. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Got to keep it up. You got to keep going, haven't you? Danny, me and you need to have a proper chat about them machines, man. I need to line you up nicely to put you on the right track. So Danny Arbuckle, we'll have a proper chat, don't you worry. Joel, do you use KZP on fin coat, base coat, star contact? Both, mate. I use both. They're both great. I prefer to use star contact. So yeah, star contact is the best one for me. I like it. I just think it's great. I think KZP is good. You can bar it back. But you have to get the depth with it. You have to rate. You can't put like KZP is not for. You can't put a tight coat over with it. It's not made for that. It's made to. KZP is made to bind together, so when you have to build out at least 10 mil thick with KZP, so it's good for if you've done a key coat of something on the wall, or you're just going to do a pass mesh and then a pass to build it out over 10 and then bar it back the next day. Then that's KZP. That's what you want to do, and it's lovely. Bar it back next day and then run a spat over it, mate. Spray on top, laughing. But for me, I like to build up, rule it, mess about with it a bit, and power float it. Do you know what I mean? So star contact's better for me. But KZP is good. It's got its place. You've left plastering after 16 years, mate. I think I'm on what, 17, 18 years now. I feel like I'm actually starting to enjoy it more. I'm finding stuff that I really enjoy doing. So yeah, I guess if I was just a normal skimming all the time and working for people on, you know, like what I started doing at the beginning, then I wouldn't enjoy it. But because I get to do all this part of it, and I get to try new machines out and new products out all the time, I get to go see different, you know, factories and, you know, how stuff's made, like the nerdy part of it, instead of actually just putting it on. The reality is that's why I'm still in it, because I enjoy that part of it and I love rendering. So that's it. But I imagine if you've just been skimming for all that time, mate, it's gonna be a bit shit in it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's hard work. Hard work. Tony Leone, what's your opinion on sponge floating finish, then closing in? Mate, do you know what? Right, I think that sponge floating stuff's come from site workers, hasn't it? Because they want to put the meters on, but then the sponge basically brings it back to life. Because it can't be doing anything more than that, surely. I've done it with one guy before, and I've never done it again. It's just, I don't know, it's just not really, it's not really my bag, you know what I mean? I think the finish that the guys leave with it looks good. But again, it's like, same with flexes when I was on about that a minute ago. People like to lay on with them because it's easier on your wrist and easier on your arm, but it's easier for a reason, do you know what I mean? You're not really flattening anything. You're just literally smoothing shit out, where that ain't really plastering, do you know what I mean? You've got to rule it up properly. You've got to use a nice steel trowel to make sure that you're getting it compact and flat. So yeah, for me, all these fads and that for me aren't for me. If they work for other people and get your job passed and ticked off and you earn some dough out of it, happy days. But for me, I'm not really into all that, me. I just literally metal all the way and then flex at the end to give it a polish, just so people go, oh wow, that's nice. But the reality is it was done the trial before anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. What's this here? Seem to be getting a lot of tiger stripes on my second steel trowel. Do you know how to stop this? Right, mate. So, tiger stripes. There's a few reasons why you can get tiger stripes. On your second trowel, right, sometimes you don't have to use water. So I haven't done a full video on this, but the only time I start using water on my plaster is when it's really starting to pull in. You want to be using, you know, the gear as it is for as long as you can. So generally, sometimes I flattened in before twice with no water before I start putting water on it. So that's a lot of the time it's when you're putting too much water on. That's what it is. You're putting too much water in and it's just basically, it's running in it and you're just causing stripes in it. So I would say to you, don't be using a flex or anything like that. Use a normal steel trowel, and yeah, just let it go off a bit more, mate. If you're getting tiger stripes, it's too, you're putting water on water. Leave it to pull in. That's what I'd say to you. Any tips on plaster boarding? Can skim well, but I'm terrible at boarding. Boarding's just one of them things you're gonna have to pick up, mate. You're gonna have to pick up. Just keep doing it. Believe it or not, I was not the best boarder. I was not good at boarding, mate. Believe it or not, I was not good at boarding. But the company I worked at required me to do a lot of boarding, like ceilings and stuff, and it will by myself as well. 6x3, 12.5s on ceilings. We're talking like 20-meter ceilings sometimes on my own, board and skimming day. So I learned to do a lot of it like that, and yeah, that's what I had to do. But yeah, it's one of them things, man. One day, what you'll do, my mate, one day, you'll just be like, that shit, I boarded that quick. That's how it is. You can't rush these things. There ain't like a magic thing that I can tell you that's going to make you, you know, speed up your boarding. There's nothing really more than that. I just say measure twice, cut once. That's an old school saying, but it's true. Measure twice, cut once. It's really true. Sometimes you don't need to really get that tight as well. So sometimes when you think, I need it to be millimetre tight, listen, man, a mil or two, gap is nothing. You know what I mean? So I won't worry about that. But yeah, you'll be all right, man. What do I think of VPI? VPI's all right, man. The OCR that they've got's good, and the top coat, mineral top coat's good as well. They're the two best things that I like about VPI. But yeah, it's not bad material. I didn't rate the Monocouche much, not at all. But as far as I forgot what the name is. It might be called Monocle GS or something like that. It might be, but that's a good base coat OCR. That's really nice. And then the top coat that they've got, I forgot the name of it again, but that's nice. But it just doesn't have all the stuff that other renders have in it. But it's still good. It's a mineral though, so it's a bit soft, but it's all right. Dries quick and that's good. The sponge gets your tigers out. Hello, baby. Yes, Callum G. All good, brother. Tony Leone. Do you like the thin coat render system, Mike Smith? That's mainly the only one I do, Mike. So yeah, I love it. That's my best render system. It's the one I only do, really, to be honest with you, mate. Callum G, I'm all good, my brother. Thank you. What's your views on carbon steel trowels? Wayne Cox. What are my views on a carbon steel trowels? I can't get the hype, me, mate. I can't get the hype. I know they all going about. I'm on trowel talks. Carbon steel. Can't get the hype, mate. I just can't. End of the day, I've had one before, but I've never understood it, like what the difference is. Don't make my finish any better. Does it do this? Does that? I don't know, but I've never got it. I just think it's just one of them things. It kind of, cause it looks old and rusty, the people feel like they're part of the old school. Come on. Don't matter, mate. Give me a perma shape all day. That's all I want. Perma shape, mate, and I'm laughing. Don't need no carbon. Don't need no rust. Penny, fix your lashes, babe. What? I don't have any eyelashes anymore. You know about? Burn them off. Alright, mate. I'm pretty sick renderer, but never tried plastering. Reckon I should give it a go. Yes, nice and modest, Mikey. Nice and modest. I'm a sick renderer, me. I tried plastering, reckon I should give it a go. Nah, stick to rendering, mate. To be honest, yeah, I think it's harder for a renderer to go into plastering than it is a plasterer to go into render. Tell me I'm wrong. Plastering takes some level of tactileness, I'll be honest with you. You've got to be pretty tricky to do some plastering, but I think with rendering it's a bit more burly in it, a bit more bash it on, roll it off, smooth it off, spray it. Plastering's, it's one of them, you'll probably get bored of it, mate, as well. So no, stick to outdoors, you'll be alright. Recent weather, yeah, maybe get a little sealing in here and there, maybe if you can. You'll be able to skip a sealing, it'll be easy for you. But doing it long term, nah. Try a Ritmore turbo, plug straight into the wall and it's rapid. I've used the Ritmore, mate, turbo, I've used them all, mate, I've used them all. It's a good machine, mate, really good. Do your one coat. What's this? Yes, Stu. Yeah, inbox me, mate. No problem. Inbox me. Thanks, man. MR1 is the best Monocouche about. Yep, it is. It is the best. Nah, MR1's better than all of them. MR1's better than VPI. It's better than K-Rend. It's better than all of them. MR1 is the best Monocouche on the market. Do you one coat and let it pick up and knock a second one up, or do you two coat with the same mix? Tony, listen, if I'm skimming a room, right, and let's just say, well, if I'm doing a big job, no, I want fresh gear from a second pass because it's a big room and I need it to keep ticking over. But if I'm doing a ceiling, like a normal, like this bedroom ceiling in here in this back room, it's probably 12 metres. Mate, I'll knock up a bag and a half and I'll first coat it and second coat it with the same gear. That's it. Because I don't want to be messing about. I don't want to be waiting for that. And I know it's a bag and a half of gear because it's 12 metres. A bag does 10. Another half will get me the other 2 metres on and give me a nice tight coat over it. So a bag and a half, that's all I'd knock up, and that is it. I would not worry about adding more fresh gear over the top of that because I'll be waiting all day for it. It's only a little job. So no, if it's a big room, if I'm doing a rolling set, if I'm doing an up and over, rolling sets and all that kind of jazz, fresh gear all the time. But I use up what I've got. So I'll use up, put a ceiling on, put a wall on, put half of another wall on, and then I'll mix up a full new tub, flatten what I've put in, and then I'll literally second coat what I've first put on, and then I'll finish off the other half of the wall, second coat that, and it's done. You know what I mean? Cheers for that, Tony, mate. You've asked some great questions tonight as well. Buzzing with that, mate. Good man. How many meters a day would you spread off skimming if house bashing? Bro, house bashing for me, I've never really had to do it. For myself. But I guess if you're on £3 a metre and you want to earn a decent wage, you want to be earning 150 a day, won't you? Minimum. So you'd be doing 50 metres, wouldn't you? For me, I've never really had to chase meters, but I don't know. I reckon 50 is a lot, me, to be honest. I think 50 metres is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of meterage. I think the most I might have done in a day is like, yeah, probably about 60, 70 metres maybe on my own. But that'd have been really hard. Hard work. We don't like working hard, we like working smart. Wayne, you've just got a carbon one and it's just lighter. Yeah, I think they are lighter actually, you know. That's a good point. Yeah, I think you're right, you know. They are lighter. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, I'm glad you're happy. Man said light work. Credit to you love my attitude. Cheers, Tom. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, brother. Switch Electrical, my boy Danny. Light work. Is that a pun? That is that a pun? Being an electrician, light work. I don't know. Nah, Tony, listen, mate. I appreciate your questions. I think they've all been cracking, mate. They've been good, man. That guy. Hello. The real Robin Hood. This guy plastered my house. Had to get someone to sort it. It was dire. Fucking hell, sorry, mate. Oh God, the real Robin Hood. Listen, mate. Sorry about your house, but you paid the bill, so we're all good. How many bars you usually do a set? What does that mean? How many bars do I usually do a set? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, brother. You on site? Don't know what you're on about, mate. Real Robin Hood, you're just talking shit. Go get Mary Jane and chill out. That's what you need to do, lad. Don't know you. Let me go back to my YouTube. Yeah, you love the Leeds Rhinos, do you, Moon? Yeah, I support them too. We haven't been that good the last few years, have we, though? So yeah, it's struggling, But yeah, I'm a Rhinos fan as well. Don't live too far from the stadium, mate, as well. So good on you, mate. Good on you. You said you on site. Is it possible to render a stone wall that's got some pretty proud facing on it? Would you use mesh? Always use mesh, mate. It's just there. It helps reinforce it and tie it together. So always use mesh anyway. And Dusky Beats, cheers, man. Glad you enjoy them, man. Thanks for watching them, man. Cheers for that. But yeah, I would always, if you're going on stone, even if they're proud, try and scud it out and get the worst areas out first. But always put your always put mesh on it, mate, especially stone, and make sure you put some sort of primer on there to stop. Sometimes stone, it can be a bit, it can go one or the other way. If it's sandstone, it can suck too much, and the other stones can't take. So put some sort of primer on there before you go at it, but you'll be all right with that. And can eat some gear, trust that. Absolute legend. Cheers, my man. You didn't put any PVA on boards. Couldn't figure out why it didn't stick. I think should go back to college. I never went to college in first place. You don't put PVA on boards, and you don't know why it sticks. You're just talking absolute nonsense. Go get your bow and arrow out and go do some hunting or something. You'll show me who the wizard. You're sick. What's that? thoughts on being a truck driver. My uncle was a truck driver for nearly all his life, I think. I think it's a good job, innit? Truck driver. I couldn't do it, man. I get bored. I just sat there looking at roads all day, but I guess if it pays good dough and that. I actually like trucks though. I love the trucks though. I like the trucks. I like a big truck. But yeah, I won't be able to do it as a job. I sound too smart to be a plasterer. Wow, that's a compliment. That is a good compliment. Yeah, I'm one of them smart people who's not academic though. So if you put me in a test and you want me to write some questions or do what, it's not gonna go down well. If you want to talk about stuff or you want me to show you something or you show me something and ask me to do it, I'll box it off. But when it comes to anything other than that, I'm not really the best at academic stuff. But I can, yeah, I'd like to say I've got something in between my ears. I'm a plasterer too. I just up the music on here. I'm gonna have a look at your page after, mate, and see what music you do. Why that guy? Why are you going in for? Dusky Beats, make sure you follow me and drop me a message. I'll have a listen to it. Or listen to it. Don't listen to that guy, man. Do I have a teaching qualification? No, I don't have a teaching qualification. Oh, Robin Hood, you're one of them ones. The travel smoking, is it? Sounds like you're smoking too. I don't know what it is though. Do you watch trucks in your spare time? No, mate, it's not like that. Yes, Mike G from Ireland. I hope you're well, my man. I hope you're well. What do you recommend? More apprenticeships or level 2? I think apprenticeship's the best way to learn, man. I think apprenticeship's the best way to learn. I think college don't really prepare you for what you're going into, to say the truth. You're going to have to unlearn a lot of that stuff you learn in college. So I'd say, yeah, go straight onto an apprenticeship if you can. But if you can't, do college because you're also getting some practice in, aren't you? And you're getting to know what's going on. But the real work starts when you're actually on site, man. It actually starts when you're on site. That's the real work right there. Listen, guys, give this a like. Let's get some more people on here asking some questions. Get some more people. If you're watching this now and you don't follow me, what you playing at? Click the follow button and follow the page. Can you give a speech on my building site? I'm in Aki. What do you mean a speech? What do you want me to do, a speech? Like a motivational talk or something? Is that what you're trying to say? One second, I've got bare questions there. Yeah, so what's that? Right, man. I'm a maintenance guy at a hotel. You got any tips, courses? I should looking at electric one. What are you looking to do? Like you say you're a maintenance man. What are you trying to get out of being a maintenance man and going into a trade, or are you trying to do? I don't know. You're trying to add to your skill set to do the maintenance, because yeah, it's a couple of things there, mate, that you could do. I think you'd probably want to go with something that's quicker and easier to do. To be fair, man. I said I look like Cyril Garney. Yeah, he got choked out the other night as well, innit? Yeah, I watched that myself. He got choked out, man. Yeah, he's a good fighter. I wish I could fight like him. I ain't got that in a locker, but Cyril Garney, that's a good one. I usually get called The Rock. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. Look like Cyril Garney, you know. Looking at a trade, plastering, electric, plumbing, etc. Looking at doing a safe isolation one. You know what? For the money, as far as salary and stuff like that, and his ability in getting into it more, I'd say plumbing, and electrics is going to be. I wouldn't say it's easier. I'd say it's easier for you to get good at. So probably that. It's easier for you to get good at because it isn't really. It's more a lot of that stuff. What them guys do, you've got to be smart. You've got to know. You know, like my mate Switch Electrical, Danny. He's got all his type of qualifications, and I'm sure they have to sit a test every year, or they have to redo something every year because you play with people's lives. So when it comes to lecky and water, it's plumbing and thingy, heating and gas and all that. It's quite a big thing, but I reckon the skill set is nothing that's really too hard for someone who's got general, hand skills. But when it comes to plastering, rendering, anything that's like really a finishing trade, it's gonna take years to master it and get better at it. And plus the money, even when you master it, ain't gonna be as good as the plumber or a Sparky who's mastered that. So I'd go that way. Not saying I'd change and be a Sparky or a plumber though, because I think what I do is better. But I think I rate what they do, the proper ones anyway. And what's this? Lads, don't be arguing on here. Don't be arguing on my story, on my life. If you want to go argue and be petty, go somewhere else. Calling each other donuts and that. Or what, right? You've asked me a question. You've said, best size plastering trowel for a learner. Listen, mate, there is no best size trowel for a learner. The bog standard trowel that you're going to use, it don't make a difference what size you get. The bog standard trowel you're going to use is a 13 or a 14 inch. That's it. And then from there, you'll be using a midget trowel, which can be anything from a 5 or 6 inch for small areas, which you'll buy one of them. As you get to it, you'll realise that it's easier to just get a little midget one. I've got one. And then you'll have an 8 inch one, because you'll find bits above doorways in top of staircases. Usually is an 8 incher that'll fit in there perfect, boom boom. Do you know what I mean? That's it. But anything more than that, 16 to 18, they're for people who are probably doing site work, massive walls, massive ceilings and stuff like that. But listen, don't fret about it. Just get a 13 or a 14 inch, you're off. That's it. And then you look then what type of jobs you're doing. I know about the midgets because I used to have to do re-skims in houses. And I used to have to go around doorways, I had to go around radiators, and sometimes radiators are out to the wall, so the gap's that big, so I use a midget trowel instead of the toe on my big trowel. So that's how I got into that. But yeah, 14 inch you'll be off to a start, mate, or a 13. Do your thing. I've never used an Ox Ultraflex. Never used one. I guess, Andy, if you want to be an all-rounder, and your company's going to pay for your training, if they are going to pay for it, I'd probably try and get them to pay for it. Do as many courses as you can. If you just want to be an all-rounder, you can do as many courses as you want. Get educated, mate. But if you wanted to go into something a bit more thingy, then, that's the way I'd go. But if you want to be more rounded, yeah, crack on with that. You'll be laughing. Different courses, you'll be alright. That guy, you're asking me some dumb questions, man. No comment. Best thing for that is in skip. I use Superflex Gold Refiner for skimming and rubbing up great trowel. Does your spray take any mix or just came and stuff? Yeah, my Optimix 10 will take anything. You've got to mix it up and drop it in, and it'll take anything. It'll spray sand and cement, OCRs, anything you want, mate. Monocouche, it'll spray paint if you want. It'll do what you want. But my big K4, that's just for base coats and for monocouche. But the other one will mix up. It'll spray anything. Don't mix anything. It sprays. So that's what that does. My YouTube one's dead. Didn't know one on there. I only got a few likes on it and thingy. Not many people watching it. 9 people. And you are asking me a question. How do I price up jobs? Not today, Saturn. How do you price up jobs? Different, mate. They're all different. I'm actually, if you go to my page. Yeah, I'm gonna block this Robin Hood in a minute. Listen, if you go to my page and follow my YouTube video, YouTube link on there, follow that, and then go on and subscribe. I will literally, I've got videos on it already on there, so you just have to go through. But I think when it comes to pricing up, mate, it's one of them I could be here for hours. So I'm just gonna do videos. So Robin Hood, don't block. I'm only messing, pal. Yeah, you freaking. You little messer. How do you go to work all day? Come on, we still have the enthusiasm to speak about plastering. God, that's a question that, Well, I only do it once a week, so I guess it's alright, but yeah, I know what you mean. I love plastering though, me mate. Like I love it. Like I love rendering, love plastering. Talk about it all the time. And the main thing is, mate, I'll tell you what it is. The best thing about it is I like helping people out, and that's what it is. So it ain't just about the plastering. It's you know, I'm helping someone out. What's this one? I got asked the question. Someone from Australia, fellow plasterer. Good day, mate. Cringe that innit. That's poor that innit. That's poor banter that. Yeah, it's poor banter. But anyway, I hope you well. I've been watching Australian maths. That's poor as well innit. That's cringe as well that innit. But yeah, Australians, yeah, you sound. Got some good trucks out there, aren't you? Some good trailers. I like that shit. But yeah, all good to you, brother. Now, I don't do resin rendering. No, I can do it, but I don't do it. GH, I'm from Leeds. I'm in Leeds. What's a good starter power floater? I can get you a good starter power floater from Direct Building Products. They've got one there. It's called Tradewise. Like I say, if you go to the website or if you inbox me, I can send you someone's number and they will get you one sent out. Good price and it's a good power floater too. Man said good day, that's fine. Good man, good man. Big up West Yorkshire. Whereabouts are you from in West Yorkshire then, man? Let us know. What sort of money are the Opti machines? So, £4,500 plus VAT. That's what it costs for an Optimix. Big up from Bristol. Yes, the Bristol crew. Just outside of Halifax. Cushty, that's it. We're all Yorkshire here. We're all Yorkshire here. Good man, good man. I've got one on here. I got asked if I'm going to Edinburgh. Danny, I am meant to be going, yeah. I'm meant to be going. I've got a job starting in May. Quite a big job, but I reckon I'll have it all base coated before I'm going to come up to Edinburgh. So what I'll do is I'll base coat that and I'll come up there, and while I'm doing that, my labourer, I'll get into primer the house up and that and get it all nicely ready for me for when I get back, just to spray it. But yeah, I am looking forward to meeting you all in person as well, to be honest. I think it'll be good. My thoughts on OCR, you missed it, man. At the beginning we talked about that. I think it's good, I think it's cheap, I think it's great bagged material. It's got everything you need in the mix already. You don't have to start adding anything to it. You're happy days. OCR's good. It's you know, it's alright, don't worry about it, mate. I just said at the beginning, that's all, but I'll tell you again. Good gear, mate. OCR's good. For the cost and its performance, it's worth it. I use OCR quite a bit, to be fair. So yeah, if I'm doing something like a re-render, I use X32. But generally, if it's a brand new job and it's a thin coat, get OCR whacked on, mate. Cheap and cheerful. Lovely to roll up, lovely to mesh up and power float. Happy days. So I recommend that. I usually do an hour, and a maximum I'll do is an hour and a half. But I'm literally going to, yeah, I think I'm going to do another 10 minutes, man. Another 10 minutes. So if anyone's got all to ask me now. Because I'm going to do 10 minutes, then I'm out of here. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're on my TikTok and you're watching me on TikTok, I think it's following it. Yeah, follow. I might follow you back. If you've got some good content, I'll follow you back. Seen this cup? Top spread. You can buy one of these. If you want one of these cups, message me. I'll send you the link to buy one of these. Same one here. But you can only buy it if you're a top spread, so says a lot about you if you ain't getting one, innit? Not me. Have you put any quantities of hardware through a machine? If so, what machine? Yes, mate. So listen, right? This is sick, right? The Predator Light can spray hardware. So yeah, Predator Light. I seen it spraying the other day. I had a go at it, and it was P-ball. It flew through easy, and yeah, it were a fair few bags of it, mate. So yeah, you can spray it through a Predator Light. If you want to know about a Predator Light, inbox me. I'll get you in touch with them. Thing is, guys, yeah, I don't make money off of off of TikTok, or I don't make money off of any of the stuff I really do when I'm promoting this stuff. I'm just using it and I'm telling you that it's good. The reality is, I tell them to what to call it, you know, talk to you guys about the machines and stuff like that. It doesn't it doesn't get me any money or anything like that. It just gives me kudos, and to tell you the truth, they support me and I support. You know, they support in what I'm doing with the videos and stuff, because I actually talk about stuff that's real. So you know, we've changed stuff on machines already where I've said it's something's not right, this ain't good, and they listen to me. So you know, to get that out of a manufacturer is hard. Usually they all think they know everything, but I'm the one who's spraying the job. I'm the one who knows what it's like. So like I say, dealing with direct building products on the machine, and you know, the Predator range, from the stuff that I've been doing and you know, tried them out and stuff like that, there's bits that can be better on it, and they've changed everything that I've said so far, and it's been perfect. So for me, it's only something that I use and I'm going to recommend. That's it. So you know, I don't earn any money from it. I don't earn any sort of like I say, it don't get me out from them. Do you know what I mean? It's just literally my honest opinion, and it's nice to have a company that will actually listen to, you know, me or the other renderers, because I really believe the support, the after support, the training is not there for you guys, and that's why I'm doing my videos. And yeah, so anything that you know, people want to do or want to see, you know, like you say, the hard wall and all that kind of stuff, I could get that set up with them. They'll literally let me set up a machine and spray with it so I can show people. Do you know what I mean? And get it out there. I've got lots of videos to do on machines and on rendering and products anyway, but I'll get to that. It'll probably come up in the next few months, the hard wall one, maybe winter time. You're looking to get a machine but you're unsure. Again, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna work something out, man. I'm gonna do a questionnaire, right? That people answer the questions that I ask, and it'll drop you into a category of machine. I'm gonna work something out with that, you know. Trust me. Yo, Sarah. Yeah. You just heard that what I said? Yeah. Yeah, remember that for me, because I'll forget, definitely. Yeah. Alright, cheers, love. What pump setup do you use? I've got two. Got a K4 for pumping big base coat and monocouche, and I've also got an Optimix which sprays my slurry coats and my top coat. So they're my two machines. Yeah, listen, team, mate, if you're trying to save your body, machine is all the way. That's why I've got it. That's why I've got it, because I ain't into grafting. I hate it when people, it actually makes me laugh when people go, oh, well, you know, you're not a real grafter, or, you know, I can do it quicker. It's like, go on then. You do it quicker than my machine if you can, and do it tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. You won't be able to. So it's a lot of shit, but yeah, it saves your body, mate. I feel like, oh God, the best well, I don't feel the best because I'm a bit overweight and usually what I usually am, but when I say niggles, like I don't have no elbow pain, no wrist pain, nothing, shoulder pain, nothing, it's done. I'm sweet. You like the look of the M200. M200's a good machine, said it earlier, good machine. I won't want to use it for hardwall. That's my honest opinion. I won't want to. How do I get my work mainly? A lot of it is through recommendation. A lot of it is from social media, Facebook, Instagram, and my YouTube channel as well. But mainly it is recommendation. A lot of my work, someone says, oh yeah, Joel did this job for us. There you go. That's it. It's how I like it to be as well. I don't just want to price up work for anybody. I'm not interested in that. Waste a lot of time doing it that way, so I don't mess with that. So yeah, no one knows what machine to buy because it's a lot of money. We don't want to get the wrong one. Exactly. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this. And you don't even understand, right, the amount of headache I've had, like, from saying my honest opinion. I've had manufacturers, people who make machines, message me crying, why did you say that? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? Because I've said the truth about a machine. I've said the truth about machine industry. I've said that there ain't enough support. Happy to take 10 grand off you, but won't even give you the time of day. Won't pick the phone up when you're stuck. Do you know what I mean? These are the problems that I mean, you know, that I encountered. These are the problems that other people have got. The first thing I want to ask someone, I go, why are you selling your machine? Why are you selling it? They always say, because I can't get on with it. Can't get on with it. How much training have you had? Had a couple of hours down at, you know, whatever depot, and then sent them away. That's why. Shit. It's not good. So that's why I do my videos, to train people. I'm actually going to look into doing training. Mark and Mr. Smooth, boxing it off, giving people lessons on machines and handling playing. You know, these people who are doing this kind of stuff out there, giving the information away, it's a godsend, mate, because the people who are actually selling the machines and actually selling, manufacturers are stepping up now, but, you know, over the years, people are happy to take your money, but they don't want to tell you how to do something or how to use it, do they? So, you know, take it how you want, but that's just my feeling on it. I'm a bit pissed off about it, to be fair. I think it's one of them. Imagine if a group of people who actually are renderers or are plasterers started selling their own products. They'd wipe the floor with the people who were sat behind the desk and all that. So anyway, on to the next one before I get too carried away with that. Man said I was 12 stone before I got a machine. Listen, I ain't been 12 stone since I was 5-year-old, pal. Never mind got a machine, mate. I've always been a big lad, trust me. Shut up, you baby. Cat's kicking off. I've always been a big lad, mate. I've never seen 12. 12 stone. I think the lightest I've been was 14 stone, mate, and that was like when I was in my early 20s, and I was still playing football, and I was running a lot in the gym, and I was still 14 stone, and I could nearly had a nab. Nearly had a nab. So for me, I've never dropped below that. Since then, now I'm up. So I won't know what 12 stone looks like, mate. Don't have a clue. What age did you go out by yourself? About 26, 27 I went out by myself. I've always been self-employed, but yeah, I went out by myself about 26, 27. Just a bit of a rough time in my life then, to be fair, and I think it was better for everyone that I went on my own. Probably not the best for me, as in I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I was a bit disruptive working with people, let's say. I was a bit of a bell. So yeah, I went by myself about that age. How much you reckon I should be getting paid work for someone doing thin coats of the corner? I don't know, mate. I don't know how good you are. Don't know how good you are. Depends how good you are, matey. You know, are you earning your money? I don't know. Couldn't tell you, pal. Couldn't tell you. Did you feel you jumped in the deep end? Was it hard getting work? Yeah, of course it was. Jumped straight into the deep end. And when I started as well, it was kind of a mini recession as well. So I remember there wasn't much, you know, that one of the reasons why I kind of got laid off as well, similar around that time. Yeah, it was hard, man. I think getting into getting work's hard, isn't it? When you first start out, you don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. Like everyone thinks when you're a plasterer that the natural progression should be to work for yourself, when really it isn't. Like it shouldn't be. You know, you should really think about your life first and what you want out of it. If you want to, you know, make a load of dough, whatever, and you're thinking this is the way to go, then, you know, give it a shot. But if you're happy earning a good wage, just try climb the ladder at different companies and get it up as high as you can. That's what I'd suggest. But it was hard getting work, mate, it would. And the best advice, if I could go back in time, easy, the best advice is get yourself out there on social media straight away. Photos, videos, share posts about what you're doing, you know, do stories, do lives. I used to do a lot of Facebook lives. I would do all that kind of stuff, mate. That's my advice to you. Do all that kind of stuff and do a lot of it every single day, because the number one thing you want to do is get your name out there, get your brand out there. People know, when you look at you, they know that's what you do. That's it is. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'd say you do. So get you sent on socials. Yes, Tony, mate, been good talking to you, man. You asked some good questions there, I love it. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel as well, man. It'll help us out. Cheers, man. I'd love to catch you next time on here because you had some good questions. What scratch renders do you recommend I use? Kieran and Webber, not a fan of either. Find they sag. MR1 from EcoRend does not sag. Does not sag. I've bashed out MR1 for fun, man. We did like 3 houses in a week. Like, when I say 3 houses, I don't mean 3 full houses like that. There were 3 houses, but in total there was about 300 metres on them. And now I scratch coated them all and beaded them all. In 5 days we did that. And yeah, well, bad boy, mate. EcoRend all the way. Put on a gable end. Spray full gable end, get to the bottom, go back to the top and start ruling it because it's still nice, no sagging. So yeah, I recommend EcoRend for mono. I wouldn't use anything else for mono, mate. I've got a good question on here. It was... I know you've been a subscriber for the last 2 years. Respect, Danny. Machine sellers are... How's it gone? Machine sellers. Sell them and fuck them. Not mentioning any names, but it's bollocks. How do you get treated once the thing is paid for? Yeah, man, not mentioning no names. But what you're saying is kind of true, mate. It's kind of true. I believe that it's one of them things as well. And it's not, you know what it is as well, what baffles me? It's like when people buy a machine, yeah, it's not just the initial fact you bought a machine. It's like, even if, right, you, like, said to the people, we can give you additional training with it, but it's going to cost you an extra, I don't know, for a day it's going to cost you an extra 300-400 quid. Bring your team in, we'll record it for you, and basically we'll send you it all over on email so you've got your full training of the setup and the takedown that we did with you, and we'll show all your team so you've got loads of eyes there, you've got loads of hands there, you can all have a go, you're there all day, and that's it, you pay us for the day. It might be 300-400 quid for man to do it and a few bags of gear to put through, blah blah blah. You'd pay it because you've already paid 8, 9, 10 grand for a machine. What's another 500 quid for a full day of training, you know, setting up, taking it down? So I think a lot of them missing a bit of a trick there. I reckon they could earn some more money on it, and I reckon they could have like less. You'd have less returns and less people selling them on more. You just literally, people would stick at it because you've given them the support and they've paid for it and they would pay for it. So I would have paid for it because it lost me more money at the beginning than I earned. So yeah, I would pay for it. I think paying for stuff's totally fine, but it ain't gonna solve your problems buying a machine, mate. You don't know how to work it. It's gonna give you a problem. So yeah, but that's why people are doing it. That's why people are doing it. Yes, Byron, mate. Hope you're well, pal. Yeah, EcoRend is good for hand application as well. Yeah, you can put MR1 on by hand. You can. Just make sure you serrate it. Oh God, I'm getting tired. Make sure you serrate it because you need to get them air pockets out, especially by hand. Machines, we're just talking about any machine, mate. In general, really, any machine. Oh God. Let's got another one here. Yes, Jamie Fowler. I'm glad you like it, mate. I'll keep doing it. I'll try to be more consistent with it, mate, but I appreciate it. Thanks for watching and, you know, cheers for the nice words, man. But yeah, we've got a few people on watching now. So you 33 people who are watching, make sure you follow my page. Oh, God, a bit of heartburn or something here. God damn. So, like it up, and 34 people you need to follow this channel. Come here. Get here. Come and say hello to me, mates. Come on. Say hello. Look at this. Say hello. What's up, Bobo? Okay. This is my cat, Angel. Isn't she adorable, eh? You good girl? Alright. Not a bit bright. Kiss, kiss. Kiss. Get down there. She's just been begging me for some attention, so I had to do it. What advice would you give to an apprentice? Work hard, work really hard, and work some more. Because all it's going to do is help you in the long run. Life becomes easier. The better you get, life becomes easier. That's it. So just keep grafting hard, and from that point on, you'll just be like, this is easy. You know what I mean? That's what I'd say. That's my advice to you. Break your balls, mate. Get it done, or whatever else if you're not a fella. After some advice on spraying silicone top coat with an hopper, what do you want to know? You just need to have lots of air, and make sure that you mix up your silicone for 5 to 6 minutes with at least 400 ml of water, I'd say. Mix it up, drop it in, and just make sure you've got lots of air, and you'll be alright. And just make sure, actually I've got a good tip for you. When you're spraying silicone top coat, remember that you can add more to it, but you can't take it away. So with monocouche, you take it away, don't you? You scratch it back to get the level. With this, you want to start further away with it really, and then work your way in to get gauge the right distance for the finish that you want. So generally what I do is I start further back, spray on. I know my distance now with each application, with each machine I use. I know how close I need to be with it. But for you, if you're just starting out, start further back, spray on from a distance and work your way in, circular, going around like that. And then you'll go, right, that's the finish I want, that's your distance. That's it. And just keep going, round and round. That's it. But make sure you've got your water in, and you mix it for a long time, because people don't mix render for a long enough time. They mix it for 2 minutes, think it's sound. It's alright if you're underplying it, because you've got to rub it. But if you're not underplying it, you're spraying it, you need to have all them different parts of render. It all needs to be broke up. All the silicone needs to be broken down, because when it's left together, it pulls together. And you need to break it all up, spray on, and then what it does as it sets, it pulls together again. Just a little tip for you. Best traditional sand and cement render mix, in your opinion? I ain't really done that for time, but for me, it was 4 to 1. Then it was three bags of building sand, 1 bag of river, and then a bag of cement. That was my mix before. And then we put some retarder in, waterproofer, sorry, to help it move about a bit more. But that was the only time I used to do it, but other than that, it's OCR.